Hey everyone, Neil with Lamassu. Let's take a look at the compliance suite under the triggers page. Here, I've already configured a set of compliance triggers to capture phone number, ID scans, customer photos, and the like. Triggers are actions carried out at the machine when a customer conducts certain transaction behavior that you specify. Let me add one here so you can see. You can configure triggers across a number of dimensions. So we can choose between a sheer transaction amount, a volume over a certain number of days, the velocity of transaction over some days, or transactions across a consecutive number of days. I'll choose volume and set this to $3,000 over the course of 30 days. Below we have an explanation of what the trigger means so far. Next, we'll choose a requirement. This can be a piece of KYC info, or a suspension period, or a full block of the customer. I'll choose US Social Security number. And now this will apply to all users' current and future volumes. For any details obtained by the triggers, we can either allow the user input to be accepted by default, or require that they be manually reviewed before allowing the user to advance compliance tiers. To do so, we'll add an override in the Advanced Settings panel, and then choose the requirement that we want to manually review. Once I've set that, going back to the list of customers, we'll now see that these are pending review prior to transacting further. And it's here under the customer data that I can accept or reject that ID for the manual requirement. One other type of trigger we can set is a custom info request. This allows you to create your own screen prompt for the user and accept any input. For example, we'll create one to ask the user whether they're a politically exposed person. I'll give it a name. Here, I'll define the text I'll present the user with at the machine, obtaining their consent to proceed. Now I can choose between types of data entry. I can require a numerical entry type, a text entry, or a list of choices. For this one, I just need a yes or no option, so I'll choose choice list. Here, I'll define the text for the screen requesting their input. I'll choose just one option as a constraint and give them values. Once we've established our custom info request, we'll create a new compliance rule to trigger it. I'll set this at the first dollar so that it's asked alongside phone number for first-time users. Another feature of the compliance suite are crypto address blacklists. If you know of addresses you need to prevent from interacting with your machine, you may add those here. Additionally, if your machine includes a printer, you can stipulate that all cash-in transactions produce paper wallets. This ensures you're sending to a fresh wallet owned by the user. Similarly, you can require that the machine reject any addresses that may have been used before, necessitating a fresh address each time. One last element to highlight for compliance is the Terms and Conditions feature. Here under Operator Info, we can configure a set of terms and conditions we'll require the user to accept before proceeding. When the user accepts the terms and conditions, we can capture a photo as well in order to ensure that the same user is authenticating each time. The full text of the screen can be customized, including the title, content, and accept and cancel buttons. That's it for this video. A te breve!